Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back or welcome to the channel. This is Psycho 311 here. It's been a while since I added the 311 to the end of the name. It has been a minute since I've made a pickups video, but that's because I was waiting on stuff to come in. I'll explain that in a little bit. I have a ton of Nintendo stuff to get to today. Trying not to hit the table. Crazy. I'm talking Grail level stuff. At least one Grail item, and then a few decently heavy titles. Uh, just to kick it off, we'll start with the promos. If you are not yet a subscriber and you like Nintendo stuff or game collecting in general, please think about subscribing. It will help out the channel. Also, hit the bell notification so you know when I am posting new stuff. Also, leave a thumbs up and leave a comment. Comment on this video and any video that you watch of mine, and let me know what you think. Let me know what your latest pickups are. Let me know how I did as far as these finds. I got a lot. This is a very Nintendo heavy episode. There are a couple of disc things that I picked up over the course of the past, I think, 3 weeks since I made a video. But if you guys are Nintendo fans, it will have been worth it because I have been finding crazy stuff left and right. Also, before we get into it, I want to mention, I don't know if you guys, well, everybody's on Facebook, but I'm not sure if any of the fellow game collectors that watch this channel are aware of the game wheel groups, Waffles, I guess they call it. I'm not sure why it's called Waffles. I never asked, but maybe somebody can enlighten me in the comments. But I took a shot. I was invited to a group by a local guy in Wichita named William, and for months and months I was in the group, chatted with all the guys, really cool, super nice guys. And then so a couple of weeks ago I decided that, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. And I won. I won like my first 4 wheels. And obviously, anybody might be kind of leery about stuff like that. But like I said, I took a shot on it, and it turns out that it's real. The community is great. I love all the guys that are involved in it, and I will give shout outs here when I get to that section of the video. But I won a ton of stuff and decent, good stuff too. And like I said, when I get to the cartridges that I got from those wins, I'll let you know the group and stuff like that. But we're gonna jump right in because there is a lot to get to. I'm gonna start with the few disc-based things that I did pick up. The first few disc-based items I got from here where I work, the apartment complex I work at. There was a guy moving out, and one of my coworkers was over there. I guess maybe helping him move something. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't there. But he called me up and he said, hey, this guy's got a bunch of DVDs. He doesn't want to take them. He says, you can have them if you want them. So I went over there expecting DVDs, which I did grab them all. They were mostly a lot of kids' movies, but that's fine. I feel like my hat is not cooperating with me today. And repping a local Wichita guy, Dusty Grant. Awesome guy. Check it out. He just dropped a new song on a side note. But yeah, great tunes. But anyway, so I went over there, and sure enough, there was a couple of games. Nothing crazy, but free games are free games, so I picked them up. And the first one here is a loose copy of Centipede for the PlayStation 1. Now, this is what it came in. I grabbed it. I'll throw it up there with the PS1 stuff. Nothing crazy, but like I said, free games, free games. Centipede for the PlayStation 1. And then there was a complete copy, a greatest hits copy of Army Men. I believe this is 3D. Yes, Army Men 3D for the PlayStation 1. Also, nothing crazy, but free is free. So I took it. And then there was this, which says NBA Street V3, but it is actually not. It is the Platinum Hits version of NBA Street Volume 2. So, crazy that I recently grabbed that for the PS2 in a lot from Marketplace, and then I got this one too. So, I don't know how that worked out, but... And then this next one, this is probably my most found game. Guys, what is the game that when you're hunting you find the most? For me, it's this one. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This is like the 5th or 6th copy I've come across in not really that long. I sold off most of my extra copies, but I think I still have 2 PS2 copies, and now I have the one for the Xbox, original Xbox. It doesn't have the manual or anything, but the disc is in there. So, yeah, I guess I'm adding another copy of Grand Theft Auto Vice City to the collection. This was also there. It is a complete in-box copy of Fusion Frenzy for the original Xbox. There's that. And it is complete. It has everything in there. So, and then there was one like random PS3 game, but it's a decent title. It was Call of Duty Black Ops. And it is also complete. So yeah, guys, free games. And good ones too. I love Black Ops. I believe I have this on the 360 also. I might have 3 copies of this. I don't know. I don't remember. But those were the games that the guy was just giving away because he didn't want to take. He was done, you know. Like, and I understand moving sucks. So he probably saw this pile of DVDs. He knew he would never watch them again. I don't know if he realized there were games there or not, but he just said I could take whatever I wanted. So I grabbed all the movies and got a couple of games to boot. So yeah, I think he was just done with moving. Like, just take whatever you want and just let me get the hell out of here. I got 3 more disc-based things. I picked all these up at the Hero Haven, which a lot of this stuff came from the Hero Haven. They had not these disc-based games, but I guess they had a guy, people come in that found a pretty big NES collection in a basement of a relative or a friend or somebody who had passed away. So for whatever reason, they brought it to the comic store. That didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me either. But, you know, I found a lot of cool stuff. But anyway, I got these a couple weeks ago from Hero Haven, disc-based stuff. I picked up this copy of Silent Hill Homecoming for the 360. I heard this game is pretty bad, but I like to collect horror games. I like the horror genre. So I grabbed this one anyway for pretty cheap. It is complete. And there's the back. Silent Hill Homecoming. I don't have very many Silent Hill games. I think I have the other 360 one, the Origins one, or the HD collection, or whatever it is. The one that everybody says is bad. That's the only other one I have. And then I talked to a buddy of mine who's like an aficionado on this series, and he said, yeah, I mean, cool that you got it, but that's pretty bad too. But anyway, what are you going to do? Silent Hill Homecoming for the Xbox 360. And then these next 2 games are PS2 titles, and I only picked them up because I had never heard of them. I paid way less than what they're worth, so that's cool. And I do have my PlayStation 2 still hooked up right over there. So I will maybe give these a chance. I don't know. I've been playing my PlayStation 5 a lot lately. I finished playing The Quarry, which was it was okay, but I think Until Dawn was better. And right now I'm playing Far Cry 6, and it's been a minute since I played a Far Cry game, and I love that series. So I'm into it, and Far Cry 6 has been pretty good so far. So maybe I'll get to these PlayStation 2 games. But the first one I picked up was a game, like I said, I'd never heard of these, so I picked them up because I thought they were pretty uncommon. But this one is Chaos Wars. I don't really know a whole lot about this. I really don't. But there's the back. I don't know if it's a strategy game, if it's an RPG. I really don't know. I should probably look up some gameplay. But it is complete. Chaos Wars on the PS2. And then the next one is a copy of Mystic Heroes, which I had also never heard of. And that's a Koei game. I think it was before they merged with Tecmo, because it doesn't say Tecmo down there with it. But never heard of this one either, and I'm not sure what type of game this is either. But it looks pretty interesting, and it also is complete. Now, they had also a copy of Wild Arms 3, but I passed on it only because I've never played a Wild Arms game. So, I don't know, maybe if I go back up there next time and it's there, I might pick it up. I think they were only asking $10 for it. So, yeah, that's it for disc-based stuff. Everything else is cartridges. Okay, so I'm going to start with a couple of manuals. I grabbed these from Carlos to not complete games. Well, one of them will complete a game. But the other 2, I just grabbed the manuals because I have the carts. And even without the box, if you have the cart and manual, it still increases the value. So I went ahead and picked these up. The first one I picked up was the manual for Shooting Range because I have it loose. So I will throw that in there with the dust inside the dust sleeve with the game. Happy to have that. And then I got this. It's pretty rough. I've seen better copies of it, but I didn't already have it. It's the instruction manual for Kung Fu, and this will complete my box because I have the box and cart. So now I have a complete in-box copy of Kung Fu, even though the manual is kind of rough. And then this one, I told him too because he sold me this cartridge, and I was like, man, if you had the manual, I would have just got the manual with the cartridge. But anyway, I got it anyway. So it is the instruction manual for Monster Party. I don't know if you guys remember a bunch of videos back I showed that I had picked that up. Great game. I like it. It's difficult though. But anyway, happy to have that in the collection. Now I can put it with the cartridge, the instructions for Monster Party. And now the rest is all cartridges. I only have 3 Super Nintendo games, but even those ones are pretty good. The first one I'm going to show I got today, and it was kind of a surprise because right before I had gotten off work today, my daughter told me, she's like, hey, me and my sister are going to go up to the mall and, probably get something to eat, maybe shop around. She has money. I'm not sure how. She saves her money. That's cool, I guess. But when they came home, she came over to the couch and she had picked me up a game. I was kind of shocked. But it is a copy of Lock On, which I had never heard of. I looked up gameplay footage, and it looked pretty cool. It was like a fighting jet shooter. But yeah, the cart's in pretty nice shape. And when I get my Super Nintendo back, I will give this a try. My buddy Riley has my Super Nintendo right now. He was taking it apart and cleaning it for me. I was going to do it myself, but he offered last time I saw him, so I was like, okay, that'll save me the trouble. If you're wanting to do that, that's cool. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching this, Riley, thank you. He's always given me amazing deals, and he's a homie. So yeah, my daughter bought me this copy of Lock On for the Super Nintendo, so that's cool. The next 2 games I also got at Hero Haven, and they were Super Nintendo games, and they gave me a deal on these too. So I was kind of stoked to pick them up. And I only tried one of them, and I didn't play it for very long, but it is good, and I will get back to it. And you guys, if you are game collectors, will absolutely know this. But these are loose, but the first one is a copy of Secret of Mana for the Super Nintendo. I did not realize that this game was I thought it was turn-based for whatever reason. I had never played it until I picked up this copy. It is not, but it's still fun. And like I said, I just have so many games to play that I just hadn't gotten back to playing it. But I will get back to it because so far so good. I do like it. But stoked to have this. This one's, it's not super, super pricey, but you don't really see it around for less than, I'd say, probably $50. And I did not pay $50 for this. So happy to have it, Secret of Mana. And the other one, I would not have even picked this game up, but they had it kind of behind a display case on a shelf, and my vision sucks. So all I could see was kind of the colors on the label, and I thought it was a copy of Hagane. Am I saying that right? Hagane. Anyway, the very, very expensive Super Nintendo game. It was not, but to my surprise, it was a game that was good anyway, so I picked this one up also when I grabbed that Secret of Mana, and that is a copy of Secret of Evermore. Now, I don't really know much about this one at all. I'm assuming it's a part of that same franchise. But maybe you guys could let me know, because I did not look up any footage of this or anything. But super happy to have both of these in the collection. Secret of Evermore and Secret of Mana I got for a good deal at the Hero Haven comic book store. Now, in most videos, those games would be like, okay, man, that's pretty good. It gets absolutely insane, guys. I promise. Absolutely insane. But I'm going to start off with just some of the more common titles. Everything else is NES. Every single thing else is NES. A bunch of loose carts. A couple of complete boxes. And as I go through them, I will let you know where I picked them up. I bought a bunch of these from the Hero Haven. They all came with dust sleeves. It was from that collection I mentioned earlier that they had dropped off there. So I'm gonna go with some of the more common ones, and we'll get to the better ones as we go through the list. The first one I picked up was a copy of Amagon. I had never played it. Nothing crazy, not expensive or anything. Just a fun little side scroller. I didn't get very far. It's kind of hard, but I didn't have it, so it's in the collection now. It needs cleaned up, as you can see. But overall, it's in decent shape. So happy to add it. Amagon for the NES. I don't even know where I'm gonna put these. We'll put them over here for now. Up next, another cheapie, but happy to have it. Another Capcom game. It is a copy of Commando. This game is pretty difficult. I was playing it not that long ago. This is another Hero Haven pickup. Didn't have it. Added to the collection. So happy to have it. And like I said, all of these games came with dust sleeves. So I'm not hating that either. As I've mentioned before, I'm not really a big proponent of dust sleeves, even though I probably should be. But I have been keeping them in the dust sleeves lately. I haven't taken them out. The next 5 I picked up from Hero Haven. Adventure Island. I love this game. It is pretty difficult. I mean, not too difficult. There's other games that are harder, but it's not super easy. But the cartridge is in good shape. They had Adventure Island 2 there also. I thought about grabbing, but I don't know. They were asking $30 for it. I haven't checked it, so I'm not sure if it's worth 30 or not. But eventually, I'll have to grab it, and then eventually after that, I'll have to grab Adventure Island 3. And I know that one's kind of up there. But happy to have this in the collection. Adventure Island. This was another one I remembered renting as a kid. Didn't know what to do. Still don't know what to do. I'm going to have to look up videos if I ever want to play this. But it is a copy of Milon's Secret Castle for the Nintendo. It's also in good shape. Aside from being a little dirty, but that's fixable. So yeah, nothing crazy. And a hard game. This is one of those games where you have to shoot everywhere to find secrets and stuff like that. Kind of like Adventure Island is like that too, to make the hidden eggs appear and things like that. But nonetheless, I didn't already have it, so I'm happy to have it in the collection. Milon's Secret Castle for the NES. This one, I just remembered renting this from a place called Curtis Mathis as a kid. If you guys are old enough to remember that, they used to rent mostly furniture and appliances, but for whatever reason, they had a Nintendo section in the location that I lived by. And I remember they used to rent the games, and I rented this one, and I didn't get very far. But just for nostalgia, I picked it up. I think it was $5. But it is a copy of Lode Runner. I also remember playing this on the computers at school. But aside from this here, it's in pretty decent shape. And like I said, I'm not sweating that only because this is not an expensive cart. You can find that one again, so I'll upgrade as I find better ones. But Lode Runner for the NES. Next one is one that I also remember playing as a kid. And the main guy that you play as in this game makes an appearance in Bad Dudes. And if you're a fan of of Bad Dudes, you know probably who I'm talking about. It is Karnov. I still know as much about this game as I did when I was small, which is not much. I know how to use the items and stuff now, but I don't know what you're supposed to do or anything. So this would be a thing. It'd be pretty helpful if I had a manual or maybe some kind of guide. But yeah, happy to have it because I didn't. Karnov is a classic. I just remember it being around. All my friends had it when I was a kid. This next game I picked up from Riley a couple of weeks ago. It's actually the game and the manual, so I'm stoked for that. Of course, he gave me a good deal because he gives me good deals on everything. So I didn't already have this, and it's not that expensive anyway. But I didn't have it, and it's a kick-ass game, so I picked it up from Riley. Thank you, Riley, again. It is a copy of Batman, and it also came with the instruction manual, which is in good shape, so happy to have that. Not an uncommon game, but a good game nonetheless. So, thank you, Riley, for selling me your copy of Batman. And I did play this, and it's not that easy. It's really not that easy, guys. Okay, what's next? The next, yeah, most of these other games I got from the. These are all from Hero Haven. This next one, I tried to play a couple days ago and I couldn't. It is a copy of Dick Tracy for the NES, an early Bandai game. I watched the Angry Video Game Nerd episode of this, and it looks pretty freaking hard. So maybe one day, and will not be the last time that you see this on this video. There's a little hint for you, but when we get to it, I'll explain the story. But yeah, didn't already have that, so I picked it up. Dick Tracy for the NES. Then this one, at first I thought was the first one, but it's not. It is the sequel. But I grabbed it anyway because I don't see this around too often either. But it is a copy of Tiny Toon Adventures 2, Trouble in Wacky Land. I've never played this one. Well, I mean, I threw it in to test it. But the first one I remember playing a lot as a kid, and I really enjoyed that game. So I kind of want to play this because I think it's probably more of the same. And if it is, awesome, because I really enjoyed the first Tiny Toons game. But happy to have another Konami game in the collection, Tiny Toon Adventures 2, for, you guessed it, the NES. And then this came with the manual, and this was also from Hero Haven. I didn't have it, and it's one that you don't see around very often. Gilligan's Island. The Adventures of Gilligan's Island. And for whatever reason, this came with the instructions that are in really good shape. And I think they were charging $10 for this, but I price charted it, and with the instruction manual, it's worth almost $40. So that's a score. So happy to have that in the collection. Gilligan's Island for the NES. And I'm going kind of quick because there is a lot. And it's getting kind of late, and I have work in the morning, and you guys don't want to hear me ramble on and on. So the next one is a game that I've never played until I tested it, and I'll probably go back to this. But it is a Capcom game. It is Yo Noid, the old Domino's pizza mascot. I don't hate it. I only played it for a few minutes. I don't hate it, but I don't know. I'm happy to have it because I didn't. But yes, another Capcom game to throw in the collection. Yo Noid for the NES. And then here we go, guys. This is where things start getting a little more interesting. I got this also from Hero Haven. It is a copy of Ikari Warriors 2 Victory Road. I have the first one. The label on the back is a little bit messed up, but overall, these all work too. So, yeah, there's Ikari Warriors 2. And then this one to round out the set, which I was kind of surprised because I think this was they were only asking 10. This is another Hero Haven. And it's got some writing on it, but that's fine. But it is Ikari Warriors 3, The Rescue. Now, this one is the more uncommon one. I think this one is going for about $40. And they only were charging 10. I don't understand how they get their pricing. I really don't. But I'm happy to have this. Not even so much because it's worth $40, just because now I don't need any more of the Ikari Warriors games for my collection. I have all 3 of them now. But happy to have it nonetheless. Ikari Warriors 3 for the NES. Now we're getting into... We'll see. We're getting into some of the more uncommon titles, and I'm going to start with this. I also got from Hero Haven. It is a copy of Trolls on Treasure Island. Now I put this in. It works, and I tried to play it, but I have no idea what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. I had never even heard of this game. It is an unlicensed NES title. I'm cool with it. I don't really know much to say about it other than it's an unlicensed Trolls NES cartridge that I literally know nothing about, that I added to the collection just because I added it to the collection. What's next? And the last These are the last two games that I picked up from Hero Haven. This one's not expensive. The cart's in good shape. It's one of the most difficult games I've ever played. And yeah, I know I played Ninja Gaiden, but I believe this game is probably harder, honestly. But it is a copy of Ghosts and Goblins. I think they were only charging about $10 for this. And even with the difficulty, and you know what I mean, this is still a classic. If you have an NES, you have to have this game in your collection. Even if you don't play it, it's a must. I mean, Ghosts and Goblins, you know what I mean? I did play it for a little while. I got my butt kicked on level 1, so I have it. I have it. And then here's another one that is an absolute classic. The label is torn at the bottom here, but otherwise it's in good shape. I didn't already have it, and I'll upgrade as I find it. But it's a copy of Bubble Bobble. Great game. And as you can see, like I said, there's a little tear right there. It's missing. But I didn't have it in the collection, and if I come across another nicer one, then I'll pick that up, and I'll have one available. But gotta grab them as you find them. Okay, and those were all Hero Haven loose cartridges. Now, I have other stuff from Hero Haven. We'll get to that as when the time comes. But I want to talk about the wheels. So, I mentioned I was invited by William. We're going to stick with first names because if the guys watch these videos, they'll know who I'm talking about. But I was invited by William, watched him for months and months and months, decided to jump in, started winning, and sure enough, my wins started coming. So it's cool. It's a great community. The guys are all legit. It's a really cool way for the people selling the games to make more than what the games are worth, and a really cool way for people who gamble in the wheels. I hate the word gamble, but to play in the wheels to pick up decent games for cheap, because you buy spots in the wheel, and you could pick as many spots. Usually they have 10, or some people do 5. And, last man standing wins. Sometimes there's a second place winner. But all I'm not going to say the rest of the games, but the majority of the games I have left, all are wins from these gaming wheels. The name of I'm in a few groups, and I can't remember the names of all of them, but the one that I started out in is called Memory Marketplace. If you guys want to take a chance on possibly winning some really decent stuff, and they have good cartridges, loose cartridges. They have I've won CIBs, complete in boxes. They have different systems. They have systems controllers. Some of the groups I'm in do Pokemon cards and consoles, but they're really cool. And let's see if I could think. And if you guys are, if any of you watch this and don't hear your name, I apologize. I can't remember everybody off the top of my head. But there's shout out to, like I said, William, Tony, Adam, Carter, Nestor, Justin, Jimmy. I think one of the guys' name is Jimmy. I'm missing people. Greg. Who else? Chris. I think I picked up a win from. It's hard to remember everybody, guys. So if you didn't hear your name, just know that I do appreciate you, and I'm sorry that I don't remember everyone off the top of my head. But great group of guys. They're all really, really awesome. They really are. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you feel like taking a chance on a wheel, I suggest doing it. I've won some great stuff, and you're about to see what it is. Okay, so this next one is an aside. This is a win I got from Adam. This was there was 2 carts. This was one of them. This does not work. Okay, it is a copy of Super Pitfall, except it is the 5-screw variant. So I was happy to win it, but I could not get it to work. But Adam, being the stand-up guy that he is mailing me out another copy of it, and he refunded the money that I paid for the wheel, which is insane because I won another game. I mean, if he's going to send out another copy, that would have been enough. But he refunded the money that I paid to win the wheel, plus is mailing out this another copy of the 5-screw variant of Super Pitfall. I'm going to mail this one back to him. It's just I haven't had a chance to get up to the post office, but I just wanted to throw that in there to tell you the story about how awesome Adam is, for real. But yeah, like I said, this one doesn't work, but he's going to mail out another one, and he refunded my entire money that I used to play on the wheel. So I can't really complain. And then what was it? Where's the other one? This is the other one that I won with that. It was 2 cartridges, and I won this one also, and it works fine, and it's uncommon. And I was really, really wanting this game to be amazing, but it controls awful. It really controls awful. But I'm happy to have it anyway because it is uncommon. There's a little label damage, some bubbling on it, but they always tell you. They're always up front. You never get anything and go like, "Oh, I didn't know about this." No, they do tell you. So, if you're taking a chance on it, you're gonna know if there's something wrong with it, a ding or maybe something wrong with it. And I knew that going in, but I wanted it anyway because you don't see it around. But it is a copy of the Terminator on the NES. Everyone tells me Terminator 2 is better. I've never played that one, but I know that this one is probably the harder one to find. So happy to have it anyway. I don't know if you can see it on the video. When the glare hits, you can kind of, but there's some bubbling on the label. But that's okay. Like I said, this was the other game that I won in the Pitfall Wheel, and he refunded that. So I got both of those games for free from Adam. Thank you, Adam. You are the man. Up next are 2 games that I actually bought. From Dave. I can't believe that I forgot Dave. He was the guy that I won all my first bunch of wheels from. But I won. These are 2 games that I bought from him at a really, really killer price. And the first one is Contra. I didn't have Contra. I needed CIB, but I didn't have it loose, so I picked it up loose from him. So now I have all 3 plus the Super Nintendo version, but the other 3 that I have besides this one are CIB. So I need to complete this one. But happy to have it. I was playing this kick-ass game. Yes, I used the code, and I still couldn't beat. I used the 30-man code and still couldn't beat this game. But I mean, I haven't played it in years, so give me a break. There is some writing on the back, but that's fine. Like I said, Dave gave me a hell of a deal. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And this is the other one I got from him. It has some sticker residue on it that needs cleaned up, but I don't have a problem with that. But it is a copy of the original Mega Man. Stoked to have that one. Now I have 4 out of the 6. I need 4 and 5. 5 being the most expensive one that I still have to pick up. I think it's about 130. And because I'm an idiot, I will eventually pick it up to complete the Mega Man set. But as you can see, it's got some sticker residue on it. And then this thing here, we get that cleaned up eventually. But it does work. So now I have Mega Man 1, 2, 3, and 6. 6 is the only CIB one I have. And 2 and 3 are in the custom cases. You guys already saw that, though. And then before I continue on, I would like to give a shout out to Carter and Nestor. These guys, because mostly when you do these wheels, you have to use PayPal or Venmo or whatever. Well, I have Cash App. But Carter and Nestor always have my back. I can always Cash App them the funds, and they always send them to the appropriate guys so that I can play in the wheels. And they never complain. They always are really stand-up guys. They've never told me no. They're awesome. The whole community is really awesome in these gaming wheels. Everyone, I have not met a person yet that was not amazing. And like I said, special shout out to Nestor and Carter because they literally always hook me up if I need somebody to act as a middleman to get the wheels paid for. Never a problem. And speaking of Nestor, this next game was a wheel that I was in that I lost. And Nestor won the wheel, and he said, "You know what? Gift my win to Warren, me." And I couldn't believe it. It was a copy of a pretty uncommon NES game, Wampum. So this is actually a fun game. I mean, it's not very politically correct, but it is a fun game. And this was a free gift. Like I said, I lost the wheel. I was in the wheel for this and didn't win it. And Nestor gifted this to me. So again, thank you, Nestor. And I also found out that Nestor and me have the same taste in music. He likes a lot of pop punk and stuff and punk stuff like that too. Here you go, Nestor. I got the Rancid Dropkick Murphy shirt on tonight. But yeah, cool guy. Gifted me Wampum for the NES. This is not an easy one to find. And then this was a straight up win, and I can't believe that I won this game. It isn't a custom case. I'm gonna pull this out first so I can show you what the win was, and then I'll show you the case. So I won this. I don't remember what I paid, but I promise you it was nowhere near what it's actually worth. I think I only had 2 spots in this wheel too. I don't remember what they were. Maybe $20. I think I might have paid $40 for the whole wheel. Maybe it was $30 a spot. I don't remember. So 60 maybe. But it was well worth it. So say I paid $30 for the 2 spots. I won the wheel, and the game is Fire and Ice, guys. And it came with a very clean instruction manual. It's got the video rental sticker on it, but who cares? Guys, I won Fire and Ice in one of the gaming wheels. And with the manual right now, this game is going for $302. So say I bought the 2 spots for $30 a spot. It's $60. And I got a copy of Fire and Ice, which I never ever in a million years thought I would ever own this game. And I did try it, and it is kind of fun. I didn't have any more of the protectors for just the cartridges, which I think would have been odd anyway, because I don't know that the manual would have fit in there with it. So I hit up my boy Charles. The very next day, Charles comes in clutch with a custom case. He made the artwork at his job, I guess, or maybe at home, I don't know, and brought me this extremely cool custom case to protect Fire and Ice. So that is awesome. So that's another reason. I mean, I love collecting video games, but the community is just so amazing. Like I like music a lot too, but sometimes you run into some music snobs and you don't really get along with them or whatever. But that's so rare in gaming. Everybody is just so amazing. But yeah, guys, there it is in its custom case. One of my wheel wins. Fire and Ice for the NES. Stoked to have this in the collection. Okay, so now I have one more thing that I picked up from Hero Haven, and everything else is boxed. I picked this up from the Hero Haven. I had the Super Nintendo version. I didn't have this one, but now I do. It is a complete in-box Game Genie for the NES. This video is kind of dragging on. We're almost 40 minutes in. I'm not going to drag it out because it's kind of a pain to get back in there. But you can take a look. It's got the book in there. And if you look down deep, it's kind of dark, but the Game Genie is in there. Everything is complete and in really nice shape. There's a couple of dings on the box, but I mean, how often are you finding complete in-box Game Genies, guys? There's a little bit of damage here. You know, normal wear. But, yeah, a complete in-box Game Genie. So now I have this one for the NES and the one for the Super NES. Pretty stoked for that. And the rest of these games are all complete in-box titles. I won this game from Dave. Another win from Dave, Fire and Ice guy, Wampum guy. I was gifted. It is a CIB copy of Hogan's Alley. This was also two games in this set. The other one is going to be down here. I'll let you know when I get to it. But another cool thing about these guys is that when they ship out the games to you, they pack them very well. There's no danger of your game being messed up. And they always, at least every game that I've won or bought has been already in one of these, so I didn't have to go out and get any more. But complete in-box Hogan's Alley, which I didn't already have. I have Hogan's Alley, but I didn't have it complete. And this bad boy is in really nice shape. This manual looks like it was maybe looked at once, maybe flipped through. But yeah, and the box is in pretty phenomenal shape for being as old as it is. Thank you, Dave. And I know every time I thank these guys, they always thank me because I'm the one that's playing in the wheel. So, but I thank them for giving me an opportunity to pick up stuff that I would have to pay way more for. And you don't win every time. So sometimes I get bummed out. I lost a wheel today. I was in for Complete Inbox Ninja Gaiden. That's my favorite game. I believe it's probably my favorite game for the NES. And I had 6 spots in that wheel, and I still lost 6 out of 10 spots, and I still lost. It's the only wheel that ever, like, for a second I was like, man, I was not happy, but I'm okay with it now. That's it's luck. If you don't win, you don't win. But that one's from Dave. This game I bought from. Who did I buy this game from? I bought a couple of games from Nestor, and one of them was this one, and it is also in very nice shape too. It is a complete in-box copy of Rollerball. I'm almost positive I bought these from Nestor. Yes, I did. And I played this game when I got it in, and it's pretty fun. It's a pinball game, obviously. But, we always go through the stuff. There's the instruction manual, which is like a instruction manual / poster. Comes with the dust sleeve, and there's the cartridge. This game isn't very expensive, but I don't ever see it around, let alone complete. So I decided to grab it from him. Got a great deal on it. Even when these guys are just selling stuff, if you just buy stuff from them, they still give you a really good deal. But yes, this one was from Nestor, a CIB copy of Rollerball, which is made by the same people who do Kirby and Adventures of Lilo. This game I actually got from Riley. I bought this a couple weeks ago. He gave me a great deal on it. I already had this game loose, but I wanted it CIB, so I picked it up again. And this is also fast becoming one of my favorites. I play this game all the time also. I tend to play games, I tend to really enjoy games that other people hate. Not sure why, but it's a thing. But it's a complete in-box copy of Fester's Quest. I had to have it. Look at that ugly, man, I love it. I really do. But again, thank you, Riley. Always hooking it up. Okay, and what do we got? There's the sleeve, there's the cartridge, and the instruction manual is in pretty decent shape. This is a game I really don't have trouble with anymore. A lot of people might say, that game is really hard, so it sucks. I mean, I can pretty much play through this game. This one does not have a protective box. I'm going to have to throw it in one. But I can pretty much beat this game every time I play it without dying, because dying is really not an option in this game. What's next? There's another one I picked up from Nestor for a decent price. It is The Simpsons Bart vs. the World CIB for the NES. And we always take them out. It's in good shape. All of these games that I get from these guys are in really good shape. This was not a win. This was one I actually bought from him, along with Rollerball. That was not a win. I bought that separately too. Just trying to, I'm an NES guy, so if I find good deals on stuff, I will for sure grab it. And this one, there's the cartridge, there's the dust sleeve, and I'm not going to pull it out, but because he put it in this awesome little plastic thing, but the poster and the instruction manual are in there. So if I ever play this game and need to read the instructions, I'll open it up. But for now, I'll just leave it in there. And look, even through the plastic, you can see like this manual is in fantastic shape. So thank you, Nestor, for giving me a great deal on those two games, and also being my mule. which is basically, you know, just like they mule the money over to the proper guys for me. It's not a bad term. So yes, Simpsons Bart versus the World. Um, what's next? This was a game that I won from Greg, and it came today. And I showed this game earlier, and I said it would be back. This was one that I just. It was another CIB. I think he was charging $8 a spot, 10 spots. I said, "What the heck? Give me 2 spots." So $16, and I ended up winning it. And it came today, and it is like, gosh, it is pristine. But it is a complete inbox copy of Dick Tracy. So I just got that loose cartridge and then won a complete inbox. And like I said, this one came today. So this is the newest addition to the collection. And this bad boy looks brand new still. Looks brand new. There's nothing wrong. I don't see any dings or scratches or dents or anything on this box. No stickers, no nothing. It is perfect. So happy to add that to the collection. Now I have a loose cartridge to get rid of. Also with Fester's Quest and probably a couple of others. And then when I opened it up, because I always open them up when I first get them too. And yeah. So there's the cartridge in amazing shape. No stickers, no writing, no nothing. And then Greg also, there's the instruction manual. He put in a plastic protector. The instruction manual doesn't have a crease or no tearing or bent edges or nothing. It's amazing. And then here's the poster for it, which is in phenomenal shape. Yeah, so stoked to have that. It is in amazing condition. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Greg. You were the man, as is everyone else that I deal with in all of these gaming groups. I've pretty much, like, I'm not going to say I stopped hunting because I still go to places here and there. But basically, I just look for the cheap wheels. And then, like I said, I don't win all the time, but I've won quite a bit. And we got 2 games. This is the other game that came with Hogan's Alley. It was a twofer, a pretty good price. And it's the other one that came with Hogan's Alley and that one win that I had. And it is another game that I don't really see around even loose. So I was kind of stoked to have it, CIB. It is a very decent copy of Adventures of Lolo. This was the game that made me get in the wheel. Hogan's Alley was just like a sweet little bonus. But this is the one that I was going after. Now, when I first seen it, I saw that and I was like, oh, there's a little bit of damage on the box. And then I realized, no, that's actually the artwork on the box. So happy to have this. I tested this, so I've played it. But up until testing it, I have never played a Lolo game. So now I'm going to have to get the other 2. And I'm pretty sure 3 is probably pretty hard to find and super expensive. But this one, let's see if we can get it out of there without ripping everything apart. Dust sleeve, there's the cartridge. Manual in phenomenal shape. There's the poster. And there is the Nintendo Power subscription thing. So this one is fully complete. I am very excited to have this in the collection. The Adventures of Lolo. There's the back of the box. In phenomenal shape. I mean, you can see there's some wear on the edge here, but come on, that's kind of nitpicky. I mean, if you're gonna nitpick about that, you may as well just collect sealed games, which is a nice segue into the last thing that I have to show. And this is going to be pretty freaking mind-blowing. I sure know it was mind-blowing for me. Now, if you remember a couple videos ago, actually I think it was the last pickups video I did, I showed you that I had managed to find a sealed Hudson Hawk. Now, anyone that knows me, my collecting habits knows that I don't really collect sealed stuff. I like CIB, but sealed means I can't play it. But I found this, and I wasn't going to pass it up because I will never find this again. The chances of finding this again are, guys, if you're a Nintendo collector, this next piece is going to blow your mind. This was from Hero Haven. It came in with that collection that I had mentioned earlier. And I paid a few dollars for this. But like I said, Never ever gonna find this again. It is sealed, and not only is this an uncommon game, but this is a straight up rare game. And I don't mean rare the company. I mean rare, like the cart is like $150, but it is a sealed copy of Rockin' Cats, an early Atlas title for the NES. This is insanity. I have never found this cart loose. I have never seen it CIB because finding it loose is pretty impossible. So to find it sealed, like I said, I paid a few dollars for this. I wasn't sure if it was real, but it does have, it's kind of hard to see because the computer, but it does have the H seam that you use to tell if the seals are real or not, and it goes down the middle of the back. I can't show you the condition of anything inside the box because, like I said, it is sealed and it is not going to be opened. So when I picked this up, this immediately jumped up to the most expensive thing in my collection. And like I said, I'm not going to open it, and I'm not going to get rid of it. There's been people who be like, man, just use that to get stuff that you want. It's like, no, I'll never find this again. I will never find a sealed copy of Rockin' Cats again. So this is going to go on display, and this particular version of Rockin' Cats will never see a Nintendo console. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that's just how it's going to be. But I am extremely stoked. And no, I am not going to mention how much I paid for this. But it was a couple of dollars, I will say that. But guys, a sealed Rockin' Cats for the Nintendo. And that was the coup de grace. I mean, most videos would have been Secret of Evermore, Secret of Mana. Oh man, you got Wampum and Mega Man and a bunch of CIBs and oh god, even Fire and Ice. That's impossible to find. But guys, sealed Rockin' Cats for the NES. The stuff is still out there, people. You just got to find it, and you got to kind of be willing to spend a little bit of money on it. Like, yeah, you're going to find deals. I find deals all the time. But when it comes to stuff like this, if you're kind of trying to be a serious collector, you got to be willing to drop a few dollars on these things. I didn't pay anywhere near what this is worth. When I first picked it up, it was worth $1,400. It's since went down a tiny bit. Now it's at $1,363, but you know, fluctuation is a normal thing with these things. It'll probably go back up. But guys, very rare title, sealed, brand new, Rockin' Cats for the NES, and that's all I got. That's all I got. Yeah. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. Thank you to all of the guys in all of the game groups I deal with. Memory Marketplace was the first one I was in, so that's why I shouted out. And a couple of the other ones are really great too. I just don't remember the name of them because they're pretty lengthy. Again, I don't have anything. Oh, the manuals from Carlos. So I'm Carlos, Riley, Charles, Tony, Nestor, Carter, Dave, Eric, just anyone that has helped me along the way, or I've won stuff from or purchased stuff from. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are all amazing, and I will be in some more wheels. I have another win coming. It's the last thing I'm waiting on, but it's not going to be here until I think probably the end of the week, and that's a win that I got from Chris, and it is a CIB copy of the Three Stooges for the NES, which is another uncommon one. It's not very pricey, but it is uncommon. I don't see the Three Stooges around very often, but it's CIB. So I'm waiting on one more complete in-box NES game. I don't know what the total is. I'm pretty sure it's over 60 complete in-box NES titles now. So we're getting there, guys. We're not getting anywhere near the whole set, but it sure is fun trying. Anyway, if you like the content, subscribe, leave a thumbs up, hit the bell notification so you can watch me show more insane stuff like this sealed Rockin' Cats. And leave a comment, guys. Tell me what you think of the stuff I found. Tell me what crazy stuff you have found. Let me know how I did. And again, thank you. This has been almost an hour, but it has been a very fun hour showing this stuff off. Thanks again, guys, and that's all I got. Psycho out.